Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation, you brothers of fleck, push this word in truth and sincerity. Alright, this video here is, don't be a goat in this truth. Okay? So, we know of the term of being a goat is an acronym that stands for greatest of all time. Okay, and usually it's usually it's referred to dealing with athletes or musicians or different things like that. Any type of thing that comes with competitiveness. Okay. Now, the reason I say don't be a goat or don't be the greatest of all time, because that brings about pride. Okay, don't be that guy who's coming with the new breakdowns. All right, don't be that guy who has to drop all the wisdom, all the knowledge. Okay, don't be that guy. Okay, we have literally entered into other men's labors, and all we have to do is just play our part. Okay, all we gotta do is just stick to the script. That's how simple it is. All right, because you being the GOAT, you're looking for accolades, you're looking for pats on the back, you looking for all these different achievements and all these different things. All right, but it's gonna lead to your destruction. Let's see. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Alright, so the reason why I brought up the word pride, because when you're thinking about, you coming with something new, to something that's never been heard or never been done before, that's going to puff you up. Because first of all, knowledge already puffs us up. And if you don't think it does, it actually does. You got to examine yourself, and you can't catch yourself getting puffed up. Alright. But you have to check that. Okay. Because then you're going to be looking to be the GOAT. You're going to be looking to be the greatest one. And it's not about being the greatest. It's about the building of the house. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. All right. So when you have pride and you're puffed up, just know that your destruction is right around the corner. It's very near. All right. Because there's no room for pride in this thing. There's no room for you trying to, you trying to fill your stat sheet, There's no room for that. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we all working for that penny. Matter of fact, let's get this here. This is Luke chapter 14, verse 7. It says, and he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, when he marked how they chose out the chief rooms, saying unto them, when thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. Okay, so you thinking you the GOAT? Oh man, I got all the knowledge, man. I'm the best. I did this, I put in this, I did all of that, man. I got it. So shoot, I'm worthy enough to go sit. I'm worthy enough to go sit with the king. Shoot. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go pick the seat next to the king. That's how cold I am. All right, you striving to be that GOAT, right? All right, verse 9. And he that bade thee and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. So now you done walked up, you done felt like you was the GOAT, you done felt like you was the best, you was the best messenger, you converted the most people, you the best speaker, you did all that. But but the king said, hey, that man back there, give up your seat. Give up your seat and you move to the back. Verse 10. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. All right. So the king come and tell you, hey, you move to the back. All right. That's that walk of shame. All right. You gonna take that walk of shame. And remember, everybody gonna be looking at you, because it's not just you and the king there. Everybody gonna see you done walked your happy ass in there and sat down right next to the king, and because you thought that you was on some level, and then now he done told you to go sit way at the lowest seat. Now you got to get up and walk way from the front all the way to the back in the midst of everybody. See what I'm saying? That pride gonna go before your destruction. All right. But this is why you come in humble. Okay, you come in humble, play your part, do what you need to do, and keep it moving. That's how simple it is. All right. Don't be trying to be a GOAT. Don't be trying to be the greatest, And when you come in and play your part, you will be exalted. Okay. At the end of the day, we are hoping, to be of the elect. Okay. We're hoping to, that we have a spot on the chariot. Okay. We're hoping that we can be exalted. That a crown be set upon our heads, according to 2 Ezra 2. Okay. It's Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Okay, you don't want to be separated and put on the left hand, because the goats are going to destruction. Okay, verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. All right. So that particular glory, or that particular gift, is set aside. The kingdom is set aside for the sheep. Okay. You want to be a sheep. You want to be a sheep for Yahushua, but you want Yahushua to entitle you to be a shepherd, so that you may over his flock, so that you may lead his flock to the right direction too. Okay. You don't want to be a goat. Not in this truth here. It's not good to be the GOAT here. Let's get this here. It's just a statement about Moses. This is Numbers chapter 12, verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. Okay. And being meek is a lowly. Okay. You mean lowly. He was a very lowly. He was a contrite man. He wasn't a man that thought extra highly of himself or anything like that. He didn't think himself to be the best or the greatest or anything. You know what I'm saying? Which is, the Lord took him. He took Moses, a lowly man, and put the spirit on him, and put his spirit on him to lead a whole nation, his whole nation of people out of captivity. You see what I'm saying? He exalted. He placed him up on a high pedestal. He exalted him. He took him from a low estate and put him up high. All right. But he wasn't thinking that he was a goat. He wasn't thinking that he was the best man, the best anything. Even whilst he was in Egypt, he wasn't thinking that he was the greatest. Okay? But that's like I said, this is where that pride comes in at. This Psalm chapter 84, verse 10. And I remember this is David speaking. For a day in thy courts, okay, it's better than 1,000. So he's saying a day in the courts of the Lord is better than 1,000 days. Okay. And then he says, I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my power than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. So David was literally content just being a doorkeeper. Just, hey, David was content just standing at the door, opening and closing it for whoever coming in, whoever's going out. Just control whoever come in, whoever going out. Hey, I'm opening the door. I'm closing the door. That's how lowly and meek David actually was. And guess what? He was a mighty man. He was a man after the Lord's heart. And he was a man of war. When I say he was a man of war, I mean he was great. He was excellent. He was a king. You see what I'm saying? But he was a lowly spirit. And guess where he came from? Tending the sheep in the field. He was a shepherd. Okay? He was in a lowly position in which the Lord took him and made him a king in earth. And not only a king, but even in the kingdom to come. You know, he put David under his rank is gonna be under Yahushua. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna be made king over all this once again. So I was like, come on, man. You can't be a goat in this thing. You can't be the greatest of all time. You can't be stacking your stat sheet. You know? Alright. That's why it's best to be in a humble and a meek spirit in this thing. Okay? If you get around, you know, our elder brothers or even the apostles, and we doing all that talking, you can talk too much. Okay? Because you want to, you know, you don't want to open your own, you don't want to open no folly. Show your folly amongst everyone. That's why I say you don't want to be the goat in this thing. You want to be the sheep. All right? A humble, a lowly animal who is following his shepherd. That's all you want to be. All right? So, like I said, it was a quick lesson on this called Law Yahweh Bashem Al Shai Bashem Kakudash. Hope you edified. Shalom.